Good evening once again, everyone. My name is Mr. Smeghead, and tonight we're going to be doing part 36 of the Adventures of Alundra Let's Play. Having been told by the villagers that apparently Torla Mountain had erupted, you know, because they were there when it all happened, we're actually going to be exploring the damn place to find out exactly what they were talking about. Unfortunately, some bugger's been here before us and left a bunch of gates, traps, and all that sort of stuff just to mess with us, as well as a couple of creepy, well, what are those, dolphin heads? You can just see them down there. Not entirely sure what that's about, but this sort of thing happens. Anyway, as you can tell, there's going to be a lot of There's going to be a lot of temperature-based stuff going on around here. You know, fire wand, ice wand, usage, and lunacy. It even comes to a head at the boss. It's rather amusing. These podoboos, however you call them, fireballs. They can be frozen, as you can tell, but not for long. They do stay frozen for as long as you're standing on them, but after a certain time they will defrost. I think the reason they can be frozen like that is because they're magical fire. You're using magical ice. You know, sort of a duality or some shit. These as you might have noticed that these fire turtles seem a little different. It's probably because of the fact that they're in this mountain range. They've been in this mountain for so long, they've actually changed in colour. They actually take more damage. They can take more damage from regular attacks, but you know, ice damage obviously completely blasts them or chills them, whatever you want to call it. Amusingly enough, they're also the only enemies that can't be one-shotted with a bomb. Though unfortunately, I don't show this off because, well, I'm a bit of a nit, so kinda didn't cross my mind when I was recording. Now then, you can tell this puzzle might be a bit of a bitch to solve, get past, because you don't need to sort any interesting stuff out. You just need to get across. It's just irritating that perspective issues can be one hell of a thing. See, right here, right now, I could have easily jumped back, jumped all the way over there, and continued on with the area. But me being clever like I am, I didn't know that you could. And because of that, more damage has been dealt out, and more time has been spent trying to get past this irritating thing. It's not bad enough that you basically have to take pot shots hoping that they freeze, but sometimes they don't freeze at all just to irritate you. Like, you gotta wonder what exactly is the problem with that. But anyway, I should almost be out of this area in about a few seconds once I realise, oh, I can jump across that gap. Yay! It's just that the block I'm on is too far away. I'm not entirely sure if a charge attack makes it last longer. I really ought to have checked the video for that. Anyway, this is around the point where I realise, oh, I can hop over. Because... come on, dude. There we go. As you can see, I can shoot over there and it lands, so I must be able to jump over there. Anyway, this is one of the weird I think this is one of the loop points because, well, we need to go into that cave in order to proceed, but we don't have the means to do so, which will become apparent in about a couple of minutes. Don't know what I was doing there. Some of the things I do just boggle my own mind after a while. Anyway. Thankfully, these guys are easy enough to dispatch, even without the, what do you call it? Even without the Ring of Olga. Now then, these flamethrowers obviously can't be put out, and they're going to be a sort of general thing in this area. As you can tell, some buggers already been around and set up traps. The fun thing about the lava around here as well is that because it counts as an area trap, it doesn't count for the Nava's charm, so I can't completely negate the damage. And what was it? If it's on the same level as I'm on, then if I just tread slightly on lava, I take damage. It's really irritating. These flamethrowers they've apparently stood the test of time to the point where they can continue flaming on, as it were, but being trodden on will make them break. Kind of a sad thing, really. I just realised my money is pretty damn nice right now. Not that that's really much of a noteworthy thing. Now then, at this point we're back in the main hub of sorts, or the first main area, where we pushed that button. Now then, As you can tell, that sign is telling us something. There's got to be something interesting going on here. I mean, why else would they note this with a sign? Of course, there's treasure down there. The irritating thing is that there is an item that allows us to just, you know, get that without taking damage, but I'm impatient and an idiot, so I'm just going to go straight for it. So that's what, life vessel number 47. Brilliant. Almost completely at full health. Oh, that's going to help. And the only reason I checked that was to see if I could actually cross over to the next screen. What was it? To the other side of the screen without too much worry, or without having to be on the raised area. Nope, that is completely and utterly a wall. You'll find out why I had to point that out later. Now then, time for me to be incredibly silly. Yep, we're gonna have to loop this. Good thing I'm doing post-processing, otherwise this would have been really irritating. Not that it's not going to stop me from being irritating, though. As you can tell, can't cross back over there, so we are going to have to complete the loop again. And jumping is irritating, as you can see. Oh, there goes the weird beat again. Now then, with what was it, about a minute and a half cut out, let's just continue on, avoiding the flamethrower that could possibly have hit us. Maybe it did. Maybe it could have. Maybe it couldn't have. I don't know. Wasn't going to stick around. Now then, as I said before, we've now got. Now that we've managed to get back up here again, let's try and continue this loop without falling into the lava again. I'm not entirely sure what caused me to do that last time. Probably stupidity. I don't know. Not entirely sure if I needed to freeze that little guy to get across, but it's better safe than sorry, you know. With this, we can finally continue on to the next area. So if you can hear thunking downstairs, it tends to happen. Well, now then, this is the room of I just stopped caring about damage, because now its charm means I don't take damage from fire, and there are a lot of flamethrowers. So I'm feeling lazy. Really should make a counter for how many times I get hit. I think it's like 7. There's a point where it goes from taking damage to save time to straight laziness. Anyway. It was the second set of flamethrowers turned off. We'll finally continue on to this irritation of a room. Can you even call something an irritation? I think you can, actually. Now, you can probably tell why this is an irritating room. So much bloody screaming from the firebirds. And the fun thing is, we've got to kill them in order to continue with the room, so it's time for pop shots. Not just the best. Simple enough, but it's goddamn irritating. As you can tell, it looks like they're on the same level as you are, but they've actually been raising or going up and moving forward towards the screen and such. Very confusing. Now, in this treasure chest, it's completely useless, but I figured I may as well make use of it. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to get any of it again. Yes, this is one of those locations where you can't come back once you've exited, or once you've beaten the boss, which is, you know, par for the course in this game at times. And considering this is an active volcano, it really does make sense. Anyway, let's get our spare Wonder Essence. That was a complete waste, but hey, sometimes this game is all about waste. As you can tell, I just wasted a bit of health there just trying to get back. I do not like these firebirds. No, I do not. Thankfully, though, that was the last one. So let's see what's up ahead. You don't know what's up ahead? Well, it's this. Yeah, who'd have thought it? More bloody flame pillars. Thankfully, these little bastards are easy enough to put out. This puzzle took me... This isn't even a puzzle. This took me way longer than I am willing to admit. In fact, it took me about a minute or so. And that is still way too much time for me to admit to. All you need to do is push that left pillar to the right, to the up, to the north, and then to the right again. And then push the right pillar up and right. It is so simple, an idiot could have done it. And yet here I am, pondering for a full minute, how I'm doing this. That tickled my nose for some reason, I'm not entirely sure what caused that. Anyway, as you can tell, the gears are slowly turning. They've almost broken. Oh, there they go. And now we get, what's our reward? More protobows. As you can tell, this is going to be just as much fun because there's only 4 of them, and yet they managed to be even more infuriating than last time. This could probably have been quite a fun thing to deal with, or to go through the first time, but it's Well, okay, no, maybe not. I managed to step on that just a little too late, rather, unfortunately. Basically, this area is just so much irritation. It could have been a lot more interesting if you were able to, like, what was it? I'm not entirely sure what you could do to improve this area. Maybe make it so you could tell when you would be able to land onto the platform above. Because you can see where the platform is. It's just at the top of the screen there. But how are you able to get there? Yeah, you're gonna have to keep on freezing these buggers. I'm not entirely sure why, but I've been reminded of Super Mario Brothers now. Or rather, Superstar Saga. I like that game. Anyway, random musings aside, probably should actually get some better musings. Oh, well, that's wasted my attempt. That's wasted that attempt, I suppose. I think I'd remember to cut this bit out. Oh well. Anyway, like I say, there's not really much to talk about at this point because it's just the same sort of thing, trying to climb up these protobos, these frozen protobos, not knowing exactly if that jump is possible or not. Then realizing that it is, because, well, it's just a little higher, or a little lower rather. We're almost there, thankfully. But now the shots start getting a little more difficult. At least you're able to see how the damn things arc, but it's really irritating having to get past this, especially when sometimes they just don't freeze. Anyway, I think I could have been able to jump on that, but well, I didn't want to test it. Because as you can see, I'm still not able to jump up there. Or I probably could have jumped up there, but I wasn't able to fire up there, so not worth the risk, you know. Very, very testy, as you can tell. Almost there, though. If only that last one would freeze. Bloody magic fire. It's very, very irritating. Can you tell why this area might be a tad bit irritating to some people? And with that, we're finally up. So screw this particular room. Now then, in comparison, this room is pretty much a cakewalk. You just gotta light these, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 9 lanterns, and then freeze them all again. It sounds simple, that's because it is. There really isn't much difficulty to this. It's more of the platforming that's difficult. And I only messed up because I am a bit of a nit. Again, I mentioned that a lot, but well, sometimes it just needs to be said. Anyway, what is it? Lighting all these, as you'll see, will lower the cube, which allows us to access this lovely little boulder. And in order to get back up there, we're going to need to reactivate. We're going to need to delight these. Wait, what? Yeah, we need to delight these torches, and then allow the boulder to rise, or the rock to rise up again. I'm not sure what to call those things. Marbles? I don't know. Anyway, I could have probably jumped on there a little easier if I hadn't collided with the torch, but oh well, these things tend to happen. Now, this room is easy enough to get through. It's only 5 of these firebirds. They're easy enough to destroy because, well, they're contained practically. Get that little bit of health because, well, you never know when you might need it. And with that, we appear in some water. Rather amusing, really. Makes you wonder how the temperature of the area hasn't really caused it all to evaporate. What do I know? You gotta wonder where it's coming from that's causing a waterfall. Very interesting indeed. I mean, not as interesting as the fact that the volcano even, like, became active all of a sudden. Or the fact that it was a volcano at all. But, well, you know, loads of interesting things happen. Anyway, in order to continue on here, we've got to just hit that switch. Nothing too fancy. It's just that I screw up the hitting of the switch, rather amusingly. Oh, hey, look, something that stays around for a couple of seconds. Of course I'm going to hit it by accident. Anyway, not much to do but wait. Just wait for the right moment. Not really difficult. I do like how there's a perpetual spray of embers, like someone has kicked up a ton of, a ton of dust somewhere. Anyway, having gone through there, we now, as you can tell, complete the loop. It allows us to get a key and another item. A new item for us to wear. The charm boots. These things are pretty amazing. In fact, you could say they're pretty charming. Oh man, that's a fucking terrible joke. I do apologize. Anyway, these things are nice and simple. They just block damage. Rather, they block damage from anything that we stand on. As you can tell, that means lava. And not only lava, but anything that counts as a floor hazard. So spikes, I suppose, and maybe other things. I don't know. That's sort of poorly defined. I don't know. Anyway, now that we've got the charm boots, we can finally continue on through here, through the screaming firebirds, without having to worry about losing all of our health just because we want to continue forward. And of course, it doesn't stop us from taking direct fire damage, but, well, that's the sort of stuff we've got to live with. It's probably possible to get through this place without picking up the charm boots, but I'd like to see you try and do that. It'd be pretty cool, actually, I'm not going to lie. A puzzle here is simple enough. We've got to find a way to get up to the next floor, and this is easily accomplished by piling 2 rocks on top of each other. Fortunately, I still managed to mess up even that simple sort of thing. It's brilliant how much I can fail at times. And we would have needed to go around to get that key in the first place, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to continue. So, I mean, it's not like we could have sequence break. It's not like we could have broken that sequence. Now then, we got another irritating room. This statue will allow us to continue through once we have lit 7 torches. There is, however, a trick, as there always is. Once I've stopped distracting myself with that turtle, I will be able to tell you. As you can tell, once the 7 lanterns have been lit, we will be able to continue onwards. Now then, lighting one of the lanterns closes a gate, meaning we can't go back in that direction. So there's obviously going to be a certain order in which we must hit these 7 torches. You can easily see it here. Well, you can easily see it, sort of, maybe. But anyway, each torch will, lock down a gate that is in the room, or in that particular sub-room. So if I were to light that torch, it would lock the gate to the south of me. And if I was to turn on the lantern in the next room, it will lock the gate that's in this room. It's nice and simple. Even an idiot could understand. However, this platform is exactly where we're meant to be coming for once we've once we've lit the 7 torches. So as we say, there is a specific order to it. Not entirely sure why I felt the need to put that out almost immediately afterwards. Oh yeah, I think I wanted to go ahead, my mistake. Anyway, first off, we're doing some quick scoping of the area. And as you can see, this is, I think this is where we start off, because otherwise we're not going to be able to, well, hit all the torches. And then, you noticed up ahead that there is a way we are able to continue backwards if we wanted to just light that one torch and then skedaddle. Or if we lit that torch last, somehow. Or rather, if we lit that torch and then somehow came around to this point, you know what I mean, if I'd lit that torch first and then that other torch. Anyway, descriptions being not my strongest suit, we're now going to have a little bit of an interesting area here. Now, you remember the first main room? Well, this is what's irritating about it. Like, you get shown the first time that, oh no, you won't be able to do this here. But then, in this particular room, you're able to go underneath the rocks. Or rather, there's only arches. There are no hints whatsoever. It's kind of an irritant. Apparently everything's irritating to me nowadays. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I'm not wearing the right sort of underwear. I don't know. Anyway, in order to continue onwards, we've got to, well, like I said, we've got to light the torches in the correct order. I'm not entirely sure how much damage fire does to those guys. I should probably find out at some point. Not in this save file, of course. I never bothered. But anyway, I do end up screwing this up the first 2 times, which is why I'm taking it nice and slow with my commentary, because the last thing I need is to run out of words. I think we're getting to the point where I screw up the first time. You will be able to see, because oh hey, this way's closed. Oh darn! I better head back then. I really kind of wished I'd sped this up, but, well, I'm already recording and I'm not feeling up to just pausing again, re-rendering and all that bullshit. Well, not re-rendering, editing. Anyway, what was it? I've kind of talked myself into a corner. My apologies. As you can tell, I was meant to light some other torches before this. I probably could have actually redone this without too much difficulty, but well, I am a bit of a nit, and I was kind of expecting that to be the place where I'd need to go. But you'll see exactly why you'll see exactly why I get irritated by this place in about a couple of minutes. But now, though, let's just reset the room. And now we shall be doing this in double time. I do like this music in slightly sped up mode. It's quite neat. Anyway, like I say, there's a specific order to it, and if you know where you're meant to be going the first time, then it's easy enough to figure out. But if you don't know where you're meant to be going, it's a little more confusing. Because for me, the way the statue words itself, I've got to go over to the statue once I've lit the 7 sconces, 7 torches, whatever you want to call them. But that is not the case, as you will find out in about a minute. I've got to stand on that platform in order to find the way forward. But that isn't the case. Unfortunately, this isn't the case in this playthrough. As you can tell, the statue says it like that. You'd think you have to talk to the statue. Nope. We've got to go all the way to the platform. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to reset it this time, so back to the start for me. There's not much to, there's not much to it, of course. It's just, another reset. So, more double time. It's not that difficult. Anyway, just light that one first, and then there's a couple more we've got to do. Don't think I needed to light these ones yet. No, we don't. It's all about getting back to that platform last. So we're going to be going through here first. Not sure why I allowed myself to get hit there, but well. Anyway, we're feeling particularly lazy here, so let's just go all the way over here. Not have to do another loop again. It's kind of an irritating thing having to constantly loop all the time. You might be able to understand. I guess if you could. I don't know. Anyway, I kind of distracted myself again. Not really much to talk about when you've done the same place 3 times in a row. I'm pretty sure if I left this unedited, it would have taken about 8 minutes. Not exactly the most fun in the world, Anyway, that done, we finally get to go ahead. Goddesses. They bandy those terms around so much, you gotta wonder who exactly they are. Having lit all 7 of the lanterns, the door is open, and, well, having lit all the lanterns, and then standing on the platform, the door opens, and the statue changes its tune. I'm still irritated at the fact that it doesn't open the door, but, well, these sort of things happen. There's a bit of a distraction up ahead because, well, what was it? Yes, I ended up having to repeat this bit by accident because of distractions. Now then, you'd think there being a pit down there, I would have gone down to explore there, because there is actually some pretty neat stuff down there. But nope, I didn't realise that until about 5 minutes later. It was just like, oh right, yeah, there are items in here. Maybe I should go check that out. Anyway, this part's simple enough to get around. It's just, more drawn out than anything. This music is very nice when you don't have flamethrowers constantly in the background. And there we go again. Or the bloody firebirds. Thankfully, they're easy enough to hit and smash. Oh well. And you'd think considering the amount of firebirds, flamethrowers, all sorts of heat-related things around here, I'll be doing more puns. And I suppose it's just not in me. I guess I cooled off on that for now. Anyway, I probably made a bunch of puns by accident or subconsciously, and I just didn't really realize it. Anyway, with this particular area, we are able to continue onwards if we can solve the 2 puzzles in the top 2 rooms. But considering at this point I was trying to look up. Wait, where the hell is there anything interesting over there? I think at this point I'm not gonna lie, I was looking up the game FAQs. I really shouldn't have, but well, it's been ages since I played this, so sometimes you just need to confirm it. Anyway, having put that area on the back burner for now, we're going to continue on down into the pits and see what's going on down there. It's a pretty interesting place, I'm not going to lie, because it gives the spring bean a use. Oh man, you'd think you'd seen that coming. You also get to see exactly how much damage these firebirds do when I'm not wielding the charm of Nava. Or Nava, however you pronounce that. Yeah, they're kind of dangerous. Like 4 whole points of damage. It's a good thing I was wearing that charm, otherwise I'm pretty sure I would have been dead like 3 times over by now. Anyway, this place is simple enough to traverse. You just gotta, you know, not get killed so easily. It's really amusing when you can see the loop, of the lava, or rather how it's been tiled. Oh man, look at all these very even areas, or even what was it? I forget where I was going with that, but it's nice. It's nice and tiled. I like it. Anyway, that's just going to be interesting for me because it contains one of the gilded falcons that I've been looking for. Number 46 at this point, I think. Excuse me. I think I need a drink again. Anyway, like I say, this bit is simple enough to traverse, provided we've got the spring bean. And, well, of course we have. Why wouldn't we have the damn thing? And with that, we finally gain access to the Gilded Falcon. It's a good thing I panicked and remembered this point, otherwise I'm pretty sure I would have been very salty with myself. Anyway, I'm just going to show where this teleporter leads us, and as you can tell, it's not very difficult to get out of there. Anyway, now that we know where that goes, we're just going to skip ahead. Wow, did I loop that properly? Holy shit, that was amazing. Anyway, sorry, I got taken aback there for a second. Now, in order to continue onwards here, we've got to go into the top 2 rooms and then solve them. It's a horrifying prospect, I know. It's easy enough, though. Well, it's easy enough, but the first time it's just like, I wonder how I moved these 2 ice pillars. What the hell is that accent? I don't know. I'm really terrible with those, apparently. I do apologize. Anyway, as you can tell, we are completely unable to throw the fire up there to the point where they'll hit the lanterns. So we've got to move these ice pillars in a way that we can hit or reach the ice pillars, the lanterns. Jesus. As you can tell, my thought process was not exactly going too well. I mean, I was able to get into that location not too difficult, without too much difficulty. Although how that managed to avoid the lantern is beyond me. Anyway, I'm already doing this quite incorrectly, because I was meant to push one of those, one of those pillars to the point where it's at the bottom of the screen, you know, where that one little rock is. Jump up to the pillar and then hit the 2 lanterns without too much difficulty. I do like as well when you light one of the lanterns, it actually causes the base of the lantern to light up. It's rather neat. Nice little touch. Gotta wonder how the people in this world managed to do that. Anyway, like I say, I've already ballsed this up to the extreme. So, I'm not entirely sure why I didn't cut this out. Maybe I wanted to show that it is quite difficult if you don't know what you're doing. Or maybe to show that I am a bit of a buffoon. Not like you guys needed any confirmation of that. In fact, I'm pretty sure if I wanted to, I could have jumped up to the top and then tried to throw some fire up towards the last lantern. But, well, these things happen, so I never really actually thought of it. It's amazing. It's amazing how little you think when you're in your past self, I suppose. I don't know what I'm doing with this whole, past and future tenses. Anyway, with that reset, we're going to be able to actually do this properly for once. Alright. With both those frozen, let's pillar it up as it is. Move that down there, as I say. We've got to move that to the right and then to the top. Light the lantern at the top and then move it to the left. Then light the lantern at the top left. Or, no wait, no, hold on. Sorry, I kind of got my words mixed up. We light the bottom 2 lanterns without too much difficulty, as you can tell. I light the top right one here. Then by moving this pillar here and moving the bottom pillar to the top and then to the left, we can hit the last one. Hell, we don't even move it to the left. It's so nice and easy. It's almost it's almost sorry, my English skills have failed me again. It's quite unbelievable how silly I make it, how difficult I make it seem. Now then, with this next room, it's slightly simpler, in that there's only one pillar to deal with. Even so, it's still quite difficult. So you gotta really put your brain meats to work. Although, to be entirely fair, once you do know how it goes, it's really easy to figure out. Anyway, we've got to move it to the top there. Managed to make it so that we can reach the top two... No, wait, hold on, I did that wrong. Yeah, no, we've got to move it here first, of course, to the left, so we can hit the top left lantern. Move it south in order to hit the bottom left lantern. Then move it to the right to hit the bottom right lantern. Oh, no, wait. Jeez, you'd think I'd remember these sort of things. I feel kind of disappointed now. Anyway, in order to access the bottom right lantern, we've got to move this to the right. As you can tell. Man, you'd think I'd be able to describe these with a bit more clarity, considering I've already done this. That's really worrying sign on my own part. I recognize all my faults, and yet I never do anything about them. Anyway, with this room properly dealt with, we're now able to continue onwards, but not before getting a full heal. Yes, this place is very nice and kind to those who solve puzzles. You do really have to wonder who the hell would go into an active volcano and set all this stuff up beforehand. I mean, it's obviously old, but it's obviously still... they're still active. Anyway, there's two more of those flamethrowers lying around somewhere. It's not too difficult to deal with, but they're more irritating at this point because they're so bloody noisy. Anyway, as I say, I keep saying anyway, I really need to learn another word for that. Anyhow, no. As you can tell, slamming that last one has activated something. What exactly it was, I will never know, because, well, I've never actually not destroyed those before. It either drops the treasure chest down there, or it just activates the teleporter that allows us to continue onwards. Anyway, with the fire book obtained, we lose our fire missiles and we gain our nuke. It's beautiful. You'll see it later. Maybe, if I'm feeling nice. Anyway. With that, we are now teleported to the boss room, the location of the God of Destruction, Wilder, however you pronounce this. The way words work confuse me at times. Anyway, as you could tell, this guy is a pretty big bugger. Something interesting going on there. A lot of gods lying around in this land. You gotta admit that, like Queen of the Waters, God of Destruction, God of what was it, the giant god, and then the god of I hate you and I'm going to ruin your dreams. Anyway, in order to collect another quest, which is why we were here in the first place, we've got to defeat Wilder. And the fun thing is, I am fully equipped to defeat him. Because, what was it, the Ice Rod is the only means of damaging him, and Navis Charm completely negates all of his attacks. Which is why I unequip it later on, because, well, it's not even a fair fight. Like, why bother fighting? It's really just a battle of attrition at that point. Just keep waiting for the attacks to come by and then strike when the iron is hot. Or strike when his head goes down, like this. Now, these fire attacks are quite strong, and they're completely negated by Navis Charm. Which is why, you know what, I'm just going to make it easier to kill him. Because, well, Olga's Ring and all that sort of stuff. It's actually a pretty long fight, and I'm pretty sure it would be impossible to complete if Wilder wasn't such a complete and utter idiot and kept lowering his head to striking level. You can easily tell when he's about to lower his neck because he sort of raises a little before he drops his head. You might see it now. There you go, yeah. It sort of resets the animations. But it's very, very minute. There it is again. Basically, a very, very tiny bit of frame wordings. I forget what the term is. This is one of his other attacks. Being able to cause the earth to move to the point where you can't stay still. Thankfully, it's not as bad as the what was it? It's not as bad as it was on the clock, where we weren't even able to turn without constantly flying all over the damn shop. You can tell why you'd want to have Navis Charm for this place. 7 damage a hit, not exactly the sort of thing you sniff at. Pretty sure if I didn't have the ancient armor as well, I would be roasted to a crisp without a hint of difficulty. And, what was it? Wilder does have a third attack, but we don't see it until later, when we've started really bludgeoning him. fact, there it is, yes, a flamethrower that actually does blast you away. Or rather, the flamethrower itself pushes you away with the wind force. Anyway. Once again, tactical stupidity on Wilder's part has caused it to take yet more damage. I think it's the whole chromatic dragon thing. Not exactly the spell stuff, I guess. Anyway. I really hope you guys like that charging animation, guys, because it's just gonna keep on playing. I do like as well, I do find it rather interesting how the only way you can hit Wilder is to hit him in the head, or hit him in the neck. Like, the rest of that stuff, it's just background sprites, or rather, you can't interact with it, even if you're able to leap down, or leap up to strike it. Oh well. I do like the fire effects that are at work here, they're really nice. So it's sort of, I'm not entirely sure what to call it, really. Anyway, kind of gives it the idea that this is not your regular sort of fire, this is super fire. And that's the only uncharged attack I use against him, I think. I don't know why I did that. Oh yeah, it's because of the fact that I thought I wasn't going to hit him. And then we've almost completed this boss. Just what was it? A couple more strikes and he should finally, well, he should finally be done for. Now then, you'll be able to see why exactly why this area is prone to, well, why this area might be prone to jokes. Even the game gets in on it. Oh man, we certainly did put his activity to 0 on the Kelvin scale. Oh man. Not entirely sure why he decided to wield a sword for that one particular moment. Not a single slash was thrown. Oh well. Anyway, with that done, we finally get a tiny little speech before we get teleported home. Apparently one dude is enough to really show what's going on. Oh well. Anyway. Apparently we have unintentionally killed the poor bastard. I guess that's what happens when you completely freeze someone. Thankfully they're able to, give us the 6th crest. The Emerald crest. Yes. Quite amusing, really. Good order, this place is no longer as chaotic. Anyway. With completing this area will mean, of course, that we're no longer able to access Torla Mountain. Or rather, we're not able to access the inside. And with that done, we are teleported away. But not before he gets in on the exploding act. It's amazing, it's like everyone was laced with dynamite. With that, fade to white. That is the worst way for someone to die. It really does kind of make you feel bad for the poor bastard. Anyway, with the defeat of Wilder, or the permission even, this is the end of this particular video. The next one will obviously start right from where we left off, where we will be doing the final dream sequence of the game. It's the interesting one. It's not very long, but well, these sort of, I suppose by this point they do kind of drag on. Anyway. I thank you all for watching, and I hope you will continue to watch as we get to the end of the game. Thank you for watching.